Hi, it's Tasso. I know you don't have time. I'm not here to argue with you on that. You're right. But in this video, I want to help you change that, if you want to. If you want to have more time to feel less pressure on your shoulders, if you love to have a few additional hours in the week to do all those things you simply don't seem to get to, this video is for you. Stick around. And the best thing is, it is not so difficult to do. You'll be surprised. It takes only one simple ritual to give you back control over your time. Let me show you what I mean with a simple example. If I would give you the task to make a car faster, what would you do? What would you think of first? Well, most likely you'd consider putting in a bigger engine. It will certainly work. But another way to make it faster is to make the car lighter. Less weight, faster car. You see, there are always at least two ways to do something. Generally, our mind focuses on the obvious solution, but there is always another one that works just as well and oftentimes is the better approach. Here's another example. If you have a lot on your plate and are overwhelmed, one way to deal with the workload is to work harder, faster, longer, or even find ways to work smarter to get things off your plate, right? Well, the other solution, the less obvious approach, could be to look at the other side of it and try to limit what comes onto your plate. I believe you see where I'm going with this, right? Now let's apply this way of thinking to
I don't have.
If I'd ask you for the reason you think that you don't have time, your obvious answer might be, because I have a lot to do, Tasso. But again, there is another side to this, another reason why you don't have time. And the reality is that, like pretty much everybody else, you will be wasting a ton of time. Why is this distinction important? Well, because it makes a huge difference in deciding what you're going to do about it, what action you will take. In the first case, I have a lot to do, you will tend to look into reducing the amount of stuff you want to do. In the other case, I probably waste time here and there, you will tend to look into ways to identify time suckers and thereby create space to make all those things that you want to do, those things that are important to you and worth your time. Make sense? The fundamental basis of all productivity is to understand how you spend your time. If you have no idea where your time goes, then I tell you that no matter what hacks or tips or tricks or apps you try, they won't help you. Look, it's the same situation when you want to lose weight. First, you'll start by tracking your calorie intake for a while to get an idea what's going on. Only then you will take measures to adjust. Now, the first step before trying anything else to improve the way you master your time, energy, or focus has to be checking how you spend your time right now. And there are several ways to do that. There are many apps out there that can help you track your time. Some are free, some are paid. You can Google them, it's not difficult to find them. Some track your time passively by monitoring how you use your computer or device. Others require that you manually enter what you do into the app for them so that they can create some sort of report. I don't use an app for that. I feel I already use too many apps, and so if I can, I'm trying to find ways to do without, where possible. I don't always succeed. Now here's what I do. By the way, I explain this also in my online productivity course that I'm teaching and that has gotten my students great results. I provide some links in the description below. So what I do is this. I use my calendar. Most people use their calendar prospectively, to enter events in the future, like meetings, appointments, vacations, etc. Of course, I do that too. I don't want to miss a doctor's appointment. But I do one more thing with my calendar. I use it retrospectively. Now, what do I mean by that? As soon as I have done something, no matter what it is, I enter it into my calendar. If I made food or had lunch, I put it in there. If I exercised, it goes on the calendar. If I scrolled on Facebook, I add it. Anything that took time is entered into the calendar. Now, the trick is to do this immediately after your activity or task, simply because by the end of the day, if you wait, you will have forgotten what you did all day. The hack that makes this most helpful? Well, if what I did was what I wanted to do, or was something that was okay, then it gets a certain color, let's say green. If it was something that was falling under the category wasted time, I use another color, mostly red. Now guess what that does? For one, I have finally a way to look back at any day or even the whole week and see what I have actually spent time on. No more, what did I do all day? Second, I am more likely to not engage in a time waster when I know I will have to enter it into the calendar. Believe me, it does create a small barrier to the distraction. And third, I have an easy way to look at the proportion of time well spent versus time wasted. And that makes a difference. I can tell you that. So my advice, I guess, is this. Of course, you can use apps to do that. Be my guest. How you do it is really secondary. What matters is that you track your time to get an idea of how you spend it. The simplest way I found how to do that is to enter what I do into the calendar for a few days or weeks. Everyone has a calendar. It's free. Done. Before trying to improve the way you do things, first please look into what situation looks right now. And in terms of productivity, if you want to increase it, maybe you don't need to look for any hacks or tips or tricks or how to work smarter. Maybe all you need is to figure out how to waste less time. Get an idea where your time goes. That will give you hints where to spud in and make changes. What do you think? I think that makes sense. You like this? I hope you did. It's a great way to create a solid foundation for your productivity. I encourage you to try it out. You already have what you need, a calendar. The only ritual you have to put in practice is to enter what you did into that calendar as soon as you did it. That's all. And if you do this and it works for you, please let me know. I would love to hear if my suggestions are adding value to you. Just drop a comment below and let me know. I will reply. I read them all. So thanks for watching the video all to the end. I really appreciate it. I hope that you got something out of it. Please leave a comment if you did. It really makes my day hearing from you. Also, please, you know the drill, like and subscribe. Help me reach more people with this video. Give Google algorithm something that it can work with. Do you know somebody who would need this right now? Somebody who complains to you that they don't have any time? Well, share it with them. You never know. Maybe that's exactly what they need to hear this very moment. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Until the very next one, all the best.